Hi guys, happy Thursday. Does it feel empty behind me or what? I was just talking about how I'm frustrated. I had a piece that was supposed to be delivered today. They brought the wrong one. So anyway, it's like a blank slate, you know? We're looking at this as if it's a fresh space for me to dream about still. I hope you guys are having an awesome week today. First, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. There were some questions that I had about specific things. So I know that people aren't joining us live. So I wanted to make sure I got those covered. Did I do that? Oh, because it looked, I mean, maybe it just, this is who I am. So anyway, I wanted to make sure I covered those things as well. And also, I wanted to thank you guys for your grace and your patience. We have like the final 2 weeks of summer break happening here, and it's taking me longer to respond than normal. I try to respond to you guys within 24 hours if you ask me questions or if you text me. And oftentimes, because I'm Pacific time zone and many of you are Eastern time zone, when you text me is likely not convenient for me to text back because, you know, my kids are home and they're my priority. And I just wanted to, you know, just like as a gentle reminder, I'm not ignoring you. I am momming or wifing, and keeping them happy and occupied is the priority in the summer. So thank you for your grace and your patience. And if it takes me a little longer than the 24 hours during the week that I strive for, please understand I will get back to you. And then during the weekends, I usually don't work weekends. So if you text me, I likely won't respond. However, I wanted to remind you that we have amazing groups available, and people who do work the weekends or people who may have the answer and may have the ability to respond on the group. So Nomad Tribe Business Support Group is an amazing place to ask questions because it is full of resourceful, knowledgeable people. And also don't be afraid to use that search bar too, because the search bar will search everything that has ever been posted in our groups, right? And the groups have been around for a long time. And then the Firefly Nomad Collective, it's like the big information hub, right? That is an awesome resource to ask questions and or to search. Because if you are newer and you have a question, it's likely been answered before, and it will help you be able to seek your answers faster, get your answers faster than maybe waiting on one of us to respond to a text message or a post. So it's also going to help you take ownership as well of your business. And I'm not saying that to be ugly. I want to help you guys. And I also want you to help yourselves, because our job as independent business owners is to help ourselves succeed, but you have us as a support group. So please remember that. And our workstation and consultant support are also two incredible resources that are there and able to help you. Workstation is obviously there 24/7, unless there's random maintenance happening, which we don't have anything scheduled. Or consultant support has dang near all the answers. So please don't forget those resources either, but we are not ignoring you. We also have businesses and lives and other things happening, and we appreciate the grace and understanding, and we are here to help you. So there's that. I had 2 questions. One was about returning fragrances coming in the catalog for next fall. And I know so many of you are newer. And again, this is a great opportunity to share with you that we have the digital assets available. If you don't have the physical copies in your hands yet of the new supplies, the business supplies and catalogs that are coming for fall, there is a digital catalog that has everything you need to know about the products that are coming. And I'm very excited because my favorites are coming back, except for Squeeze the Day. I'm so sorry, Courtney. That's anyway, you still have a couple days to add it to your Scentsy Club. Don't forget about Scentsy Club, but you have the ability to see what's coming, and you get to start promoting things if you want. If you're happy with where your month is, start promoting this dang travel twist. I'm so excited about this specifically. So anyway, there's that. And then another question I saw, I think it was Brenda posted this morning about questions about fundraisers. I know several of us have done fundraisers in the past. I know Brandy does them regularly, but she doesn't necessarily just do the Scent Circle fundraisers, but there is an entire Facebook group dedicated to Scentsy fundraisers. So I'm going to make sure to link that in the post that I saw this morning. I'm going to write that down as well, so I don't forget to link that. But there is an entire group, and there are so many consultants who do them regularly, and some who only do fundraisers for their business, which is super awesome. Hey, Tony. So I just want you guys to, I want you to know that there are other resources outside of our group as well. However, I say that with caution because it's easy to get sucked into other groups with all that they have to offer and not come out. It's easy to get sucked down that rabbit hole with that comparison game. And this is why you need to have your anchor plan ready to go. So maybe you need tips and tricks on a fundraiser. Awesome. But don't get sucked into the fact that other people only do fundraisers, or this is how they do them, and get lost in the minutiae, in the details, right? And then there was another question I had. What was it? Oh, how to do a party, a launch party, a Facebook party. I love this. So Courtney, our beautiful Courtney here, has an entire group of that offers themed parties, right? She and a couple other people put time, love, sweat, and tears into this incredible group that offers themed parties. And all you do is you take the things that they have made and you use them, and it's so simple. And I can't remember, on yours, do you have mock parties set up where you have verbiage ready to go too, or just the graphics?
We have 2 old events that you can use to get inspired by. We don't recommend like copy and pasting, but just to kind of see like a basic layout on how you would use it to make it your own.
Awesome. Okay, that's a great opportunity if you've not done one before to see how it can be done. Things can be changed. You can fluctuate what you do based off of what your group wants, how long you run it, all that jazz. All the details are up to your discretion on what works best for you and your host, but there are options, right? I know there's also a couple other mock party groups as well. And in the collective, the Firefly Nomad Collective, I think if you go to the past events as well, there's other options too for different types of parties, like fun bingo games and fun themes and all of that jazz. So you can take what you need, but don't get lost in the perfectionism details, because that will hang you up and you will probably not move forward if you get lost in the details. Also, something else I was considering, and I wanted to run this by you guys, is we do have a lot of new people who haven't had like an official launch, or a lot of people who have come back, or maybe fall's their favorite season and they want to do a launch party. I've seen this done before, and I have an idea of how it could go, but would you be interested in a large group launch, like fall launch party? We could run it like maybe the second week of August, because next week is cutting it too soon. But we could do a week party, and a couple of us could pop on, talk about the different things, but not mention our specific websites, not mention like specific links or anything. And whoever you bring in, they have your link for your launch party, but we showcase what's available and the options so that it's a giant party, but you get to have that communication and build that relationship with whomever you bring in, but they get the full experience. And then it's not all on you, especially if you're new. You can see kind of how it's done. And for us seasoned people, if we're going to go live and talk about things, you can maybe kind of hear what we say, see how we do it, and see what will fit your business and be able to adapt it accordingly. So Courtney is a resounding yes. And obviously there's a lot of you who are watching the replay. So I'm going to need, I got 2 thumbs up from Jen. And Fallon is a nodder. She's cute though, you know.
I heard part of it, but I was also chasing a baby. So
perfect.
Cool. Got it. Sounds good.
Awesome. And then this wouldn't just be for like those who are on the calls. Like if you have downline, if you have people who would need this, anybody's going to be invited. But we'll make sure to have the guidelines and everything set up so you know how it's going to be run and what's going to be contributed and what you need to do as the consultant for your people that you bring in. So if we're good with that, then maybe I will start lining out the details and we can move forward and plan for like August 8th through the 12th or something. Have a simple 5-day party or 8th through the 14th. It's a Monday through a Friday or Sunday. Fallon's getting her calendar out. Yeah, my kids start back to school on August 8th.
I'd say the ADHD is real, and if it's not written down, it's not in here.
Yeah.
Gone.
So typically what I find is like a 5 or 6 day party works for my people, because people take as much time as we give them. But if we're going to have it be a larger group, we'll have to figure out how to control the posts so things don't get lost. And we'll have to figure that out. And I'll create like the guidelines and the details and all that. But it could be very beneficial, and it could even be like a recurring thing, or just an open group where everything's already going to be there. And throughout, if you don't know how to do a launch party, you invite your people, and we have day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, and you can refer them to that throughout the season.
I think that'll be really a good idea, because I feel like we've gotten so far away from partying that a lot of people are just like overwhelmed with, I don't even know how to touch that or broach that. So like, I think it would be good to have a guide post, basically, like, here's everything that this party is. And then we can basically base ours off of that. I'm gonna mute which my kids are just.
Cool. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Okay, cool. So we'll hash out the details later. But that's just something that I've been mulling around, and I've seen other groups do it and they've had success with it. And I just, like Fallon said, we've kind of like skirted around the party for a long time, and we are a party plan business, you guys. Like, we don't need to be afraid of parties. That's how we meet people. That's how we network. That's how we grow. That's how we make new best friends, Partying is fun, and it doesn't have to be scary and daunting. So I like this. Okay, cool. So those were the things that people had questions about that aren't able to attend live. What questions do you guys have? The live-ins.
You saw the Bring Back My Bar selection?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
actually stoked. There's so many new ones I haven't seen before.
Yeah, there's a lot of good options.
Wait a minute, I haven't seen it.
Wait a minute.
I get so I felt like Bring Back My Bar was so repetitive with all the choices that they were choosing. And I don't think that I saw a single one on there that I've smelt before.
Des will be so happy.
Yeah. So I'm totally going to buy that selection and be excited about it. Way to go, Scentsy.
My OG scent that I bought from Ariel at the random place that I met is on there.
It'll perk me up.
Yep, to perk me up.
Yep,
I still have that original box. I haven't warmed it.
You what? Have the original what?
The bar, I've never warmed it.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Yeah, the list is pretty awesome. And I love that we have the Dan's picks too.
Oh.
I need to smell green tea smoothie. Like what does that even, because it's green tea is such a light smell as is that I'm like, what did you do to make that?
Right.
And melon and apple granita.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have smelled that one.
Yeah.
So
That's
good.
the bar that Brandy gave me.
Oh, fun.
And she wrote her little quote on it from SFR the first year we did it. Or World Tour?
It was World Tour. Mm-hmm.
World Tour, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen the list yet, it's in the workstation for those of you who are watching the replay. The Bring Back My Bar list that's coming out in January, right? January 20, yeah, January. It's just a really good extensive list. And so I like that they try to change it up how they do it each time. And each region is actually getting different bars, because not all bars have been available in all regions, and they go through different seasons as well, right? The equator thing, they're opposite seasons of us as in Australia, New Zealand. But I like that Dan picked 5 for each region specifically. I thought that was really awesome. I have a friend who's going to be super bummed because she's been voting for Amalfi Coast. I have never smelled Amalfi Coast, but she's been voting for that repetitively. And she's like, she said, as soon as it comes out, it's going to her club instantly. So I really want to smell it because she's been so animated about it. So anyway, we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, the new bars that are the Bring Back My Bars are going to be wonderful. Did you guys see the other cool announcement? Yeah, no.
Warmer bundles. More.
Yeah.
I missed it. Where is Amalfi Coast?
No, it's not on the list.
Oh, dang it. I was
No,
like,
I'm sorry. I saw Mediterranean Sea, and that made my mind go to Amalfi Coast. It's not
Makes sense.
available yet, but I'm gonna keep championing that scent for her. So that I can freaking smell it. For years, she's been talking about it. So one day.
Right. One day.
So yes, the new bundles that are coming available too, because it was such a big hit, they're bringing back more warmer and bar bundle options. So I'm excited. Letterboard warmer. It's actually, I have it down here under my desk because Bastion's been playing with it. So the letterboard warmer or the shining light warmer or the why are you blushing, all the full size. And then you select the one of the following free Scentsy bar bundles. And there's there's 3 options for the different bundles you can select. So I like that they're kind of letting us pick and choose. So it's not just this warmer, this bundle, you know what I mean? Like last time. So I think this is a really cool upgrade.
I agree with that.
What's Wild Barefoot and Free? Was that from one of the collections, like that big summer collection that had like the fireworks and stuff?
Yeah, it was that one and the grass and
Yeah. Okay.
all of that.
The Steels ones.
I'm excited. Ugh, I want walnut raisin muffin, but I don't want the other crap that's in there.
You can opt out of monthly and annual awards.
Yeah, so you can say, hey, no thanks, don't keep sending me these charms or pins and the papers. I don't need that. Because I mean, some people, they don't care for that kind of recognition, right? Our love languages are all different. So when you hit the monthly sales award, or when you help somebody hit shooting star, or when you hit milestones in your business for PRV, you have the option of getting charms or pins. And in the past, it's only ever been, those are your 2 options. You cannot opt out. That's it. They have recently been able to change the system so that you can opt out if you want. But that does not opt you out of the annual awards. So that's pretty rad. So you can still be recognized and get the bonuses for annual sales excellence and annual mentor without having to get the monthly charms if you don't so wish. Because I know a lot of people just chuck them. So yeah. So it's a good option, and we don't feel like the company's wasting money, you know?
True.
What else is happening, you guys? It's Thursday. We're coming up on the brand new catalog, a brand new month. How are you guys feeling about how the end of month is going for you?
It is. I feel like it's like we're leveling back out. Like last month was a little slow. And then this month, for some reason, it's going right back up. So I love when things steady back out.
Yeah.
SFR high.
It's true. Everybody's like, oh, I'm back pumped up.
Like, okay, got this.
I mean, I feel like that's what it was in my case anyways, because like I said, this month is probably the best month I've had in a long time.
Really.
Well, and how funny is it though, like recognizing that it's a mindset? Like, I feel like that was probably the worst thing and best thing that I've ever recognized about myself was when I started diving into more of my personal development and understanding that it's me and my mindset sets the tone for everything. Bad days is freaking my brain. My days with my kids that they're driving me absolutely nuts. Some days I'm like calm and zen. I'm like, it's fine. Other days I lose my absolute mind because it's me. It's not them. They're doing the same crap both days. They always do. But the difference was my mindset. And then when I get in SFR, I'm like, yeah, SFR mode. And I come home, I'm like, I'm back jazzed, but it's all because of mental things.
I muted because we have our landscapers, the neighborhood landscapers are out here and they're mowing. And I'm like, that's really inconvenient. It's rude.
Always timing. You know what? I feel like, so looking at you with nothing behind you is very odd.
Yeah.
Like you're not meant to have a boring wall.
Right? Oh.
Yeah. No.
I think that's part of my mood too, is just, I mean, because I had my office cleaned and then I was like, I got this piece, I'm so excited. And so then I moved everything. It's now in piles in front of me, and that makes me feel chaotic because it is chaotic. And I feel overstimulated looking at all of this stuff. And when I should have fun, happy things behind me, it's like, bleh.
Yeah.
That's not who I
Well,
am.
that, and you seem motivated to get it done. And I feel like it sucks when there's like a roadblock and it's like, no, actually you can't.
And
And
I
it's
said
out
to
of your
Donnie,
control.
right. And I told Donnie, let's just move that dang thing back in here because it was one of the IKEA cubes, right? And I was like, let's just move back in here. He said, hold on, maybe there will be a solution. And so, he's trying to be logical. And I'm like, nope, let's get it back in here. I want it. It's awful.
It's so weird to see your background blink.
Right.
Yeah, it's dumb. I agree.
And then you're also wearing like a gray shirt. So it's
I
kind
know.
of like, it's like
So
white and then
drab
gray. And then
today.
it's like, who is this? And this is not Ariel.
What's the piece that you wanted? What does it look like?
It's really pretty. And I hope that I can still get it, because now my expectations, I'm gonna tell myself that it's not happening,
There is no solution.
a solution. All right.
I'm trying to figure out what's going to go back here.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that.
It's a TV console. It's really pretty. But I need to find baskets if I get it. Another option was this, but it's going to be a lot harder to decorate in general with that one color, but it's so pretty.
I also don't think it has enough space. Like it's
No,
much smaller. The other one.
Wasn't as grandiose. Because not only am I replacing the cube here, but I had a table here. And so the idea is to replace both of those so that I can have just like this clean, cohesive look. And I'm going to have shelves built that match our remodeled stuff in the kitchen. And so like the idea was going to be like, it's going to be awesome and clean. And now it's nothing. So
The space is much larger. See, I haven't seen your new house.
yeah, you should.
So it's a big space.
I
Yeah.
feel like that means that an Arizona trip is just,
It's inevitable.
Why
Seems
would you do that?
just so you can see Ariel's new space.
Specifically, that's
Only reason.
yep. Speaking of trips, I can't remember if we talked about this last week or not, because life right outside my window again. Come on, landscaper. Can you guys even hear it? Is it just me building it up? Great. I'm just over dramatizing things today. It's just who I am, Anyway, so world tour, we should find out locations in like October, I want to say, maybe November. I'm hoping October at the latest, just so we can plan. But the game plan is it's usually like at the end of January or early February, but we're gonna do a retreat based off of one location of world tour, because world tour is small regional events, right? So we're going to pick one as a group and do a retreat. Obviously, if it's not going to work for you, we'd just love for you to go find a world tour near you and still attend if you can't make the retreat happen. But we're planning on doing a retreat so we can have that collective connection like we had at reunion, and it was wonderful and amazing, and it filled all of our cups, and we want more people to be able to experience that. I'm getting so many spam calls today, you guys. I'm frustrated. They're like, Ariel's in a mood, let's do it. No thank you. Anyway, Zephyr Hills, Florida is calling me right now. Apparently it's place. Courtney said in the comments, I'm hoping for a West Coast one. Maybe y'all will come to Vegas and we can deck the Airbnb out in Harry Potter. Obviously, Harry Potter will likely be involved.
West Coast is so hard for East Coasters though. Like worst case, I will do one on this coast because I know a lot of people can't afford right now the flights.
Yeah.
The flights are stupid right now.
I know. So
especially since
as
far as East Coast. So I don't think a lot of people aren't going to want to do flights both ways. I would do it in a heartbeat just to be there, but.
Well, and also, so leadership, how close is that going to be to World Tour?
But I mean, leadership is usually like the first or second week of January. So the beginning of January, and then world tour. It's tough because they haven't announced dates yet, but it's usually like the final weekend in January going through February. Sometimes it's in March, like the first weekend in March, but it's usually like mostly February and the last weekend of January.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And so ideally, in my brain, if there's a February world tour location, just to be able to break it up a little bit and have it a little bit further after Christmas,
Yeah.
February would be ideal. But we have to see where they are, when they are, and it's so tough trying to plan something around an unknown, but we know it's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, let's just plan one that's next to Disney.
Andrew World, which one?
Harry Potter World.
Either one.
I want to do
Florida
leadership.
has Universal next to it. I guess California does too, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Come on.
but the Universal in Orlando is mucho better. But
I've never been to either.
Next year, they're getting a Mario World in Universal Hollywood.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Sam
Getting
would love
Potter
that.
World? Is that what you said?
Mario.
Mario.
Well, they're building what is it, like the Mattel or whatever it is, amusement park here right now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hot Wheels and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
vacation in Arizona, you guys.
Barbie, I think.
Is it really?
I don't know. Is Barbie Mattel? I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like I heard something
Yeah,
about
Barbie
it,
is
but
Mattel.
yeah. So they'll
I
probably have
thought
like
you
a
asked
Barbie
if
park.
Barbie was hotel. It was a disconnect. Mattel,
You
yes.
can chill for a minute and see. Wait a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, just plan for that in January, February, March timeframe. Very helpful, I understand. And if you are a director above, leadership usually happens, and leadership is directors and above, usually happens the beginning of January. And it's the last couple of times it's been like Mexico. There was one time where it was Hawaii. There was another time where it was like New Orleans, New York.
So Eldon posted yesterday in the director group. Did you guys see them?
Yes, but those groups are NDA, and so that's why I am
Gotcha.
around that, because this is an all consultant
Gotcha.
call opportunity.
Good catch. Good catch.
So anyway, I'm just letting you know where they've been.
Thank you.
Randy.
I'm laughing at mommy being silly. That's what I'm laughing at.
Mommy's being.
I'm with Brandy. I forgot.
I totally was like, oh yeah, you know where it is and when it is. No, sorry. I hope I can go.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an option for me, especially because World Tour Retreat is going to happen. You know what I mean? So like that's the priority.
100%.
So
Plus, it's just so close after the kids go back to school. Like people have already taken time off, and like I know a lot of teachers are like, I can't take off time in January. We just had 2 weeks off. Sorry, let me put
yeah, no, you're good. So anyway, that's just something to plan for going forward.
They're upstairs.
But I'm really excited for the new catalog launch. Are you guys squared away with where your month is, or are you still working toward goals through Sunday?
My month is squared away.
Awesome.
My team's month is not.
Got it. Perfect.
We're working on the last, just gunning for it.
Cool.
But mine is, I'm going to start this week sharing the new catalog.
Awesome.
I was gonna say, because it's the end of a catalog, I don't feel like my work is done until the 31st at the very last cutoff. Because I'm like, I would be such a crappy person if like the next day, that's when they're gonna ask about squeeze the day, and then I'm gonna feel like a terrible person, you know? So I feel like I can never stop until the
How are
new
you
catalog
guys
goes.
getting clubbers? Like I can't. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's leaving. And then I'm like, yeah, but we can get it forever, blah, blah, blah. Don't spill, like I don't vomit on them. And not one person has done it.
Maybe you should vomit on them.
I guess. Yesterday
I'm
I had
sharing-
someone that's like, I need 6 pink sugar berry mints. And I was like, cool, we can definitely do that. But we should definitely get you the club because you like pink sugar berry mint, you like berry bright, you like squeeze the day. Summer holiday. I'm like, these can all come forever. And they're like, oh, I think I'll just get this expires.
So I have a question for you. did you mostly start talking about club when this third brick was announced?
No.
How-
No, I go in my VIP group, I share what we got. And like I show them bars that have been in my club since I started.
Mhm.
I pump it up a lot with Bring Back My Bar because they get to pick like 5 to 10 samples that I send out to them. And then if they like them, hey, let's put them in a club because you'll always get them if they're your favorites.
Mhm.
I do it all the time because now I have such a big customer base that the variety of scents are so far, wide that I can say, hey, this is going to go away. This is a club special, Desert Tropics. Like everybody loves Desert Tropics. I'm like, you should put it in your club like I did, But no, it's not the first time. I've been trying to get club. I mean, I think I have 8 or 9 club people throughout the year. But I just, whenever I talk about it with someone, they're like, I don't know, probably not. One doesn't want her husband to see that she has a club subscription. She just wants to make me in cash. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But literally it's 3 months and you'll put like 4 bars in it. Like he knows you buy it. You come home with piles of stuff from me. Like,
I think the one thing that has been like in my experience when I talk about it with my people is the turnoff for them is just the idea of an automatic subscription. Like that in their mind is like, they don't want anything auto like done.
Yeah.
And so like really driving home to people that they can cancel at any time. There's no consequences of canceling it. You can control the shipping schedule. So that's a big thing that people like feedback from my people is that they don't want an automatic subscription and shipping. They don't want to pay shipping. Those are like the 2 biggest things that have deterred my customers from starting a club subscription.
that makes sense. And, I haven't even like put it up to, like, I know, at 30 you get 10% off. And I've mentioned that, but I haven't ever even really pushed like, oh, get a $60 subscription so you get a half price. And I'm just basically put what you like in there. You only pay for what you what you have, and they'll make it forever. And nobody really, they're not taking it. And for me, like that would be, even if it was another, like I'm a sucker for like not having to think about it. Like if someone was like, hey, this can come at any time and you don't ever have to think, I'd be like, sweet, sign me up because I'm going to forget anyways. But nope, not one person has been into it.
Do you have anybody who loves whiffs? Do you have whiff lovers?
A few. I have a girl that just ordered, it was her first time. She did the black raspberry vanilla and she just ordered another set. So I mentioned to her about that too. And she was like, I'll just get the 3-pack. Okay.
I think sometimes it's the lack of information too. Even though we talk about it, I think sometimes it's the lack of information, the unknown that also pauses people from moving forward. And so I don't know what you guys send out for mail, but I always send out this in my mail, the rewards program. I label it as the rewards program instead of Scentsy Club. That seems to be more beneficial for my people because I make it a consistent conversation too, right? If they don't get the thank you for your order, if they're part of my month 2, 3, 4, 5, they get this, which is double-sided with how they can party, but they always get this. And so it's always a conversation without me necessarily saying something. Oh, what was I going to say? Most of my club subscriptions lately have been over that 60 because I think I talk about the benefit of that discount because they want the tub or they want the whiff box at half price. But a good majority of my other club subscribers before this event have been whiff box only. So they like the exclusivity of getting it at a discount and sent to their door. So I have a lot that's all they do monthly. They don't buy from me otherwise. They're good with that. So I don't know if it's just you've got a lot of loyal people who just like love interaction with you and the free shipping, obviously when it's shipped to you that's a bonus, but
Yeah.
don't stop talking about it. Keep it with a
No,
conversation and maybe switch how you're talking about it. Obviously, you've kind of said what you do, but I don't know if there's a different way you can approach it. Does anybody else approach it differently than Brandy? Oh, you okay?
The only thing I've seen is really like leaders have been talking about, they just propose it anytime somebody tries to put in a $30 order for wax. Like every time somebody's like, oh, I want a 6-pack, they're like, how about, do you have anything else on your wish list that you want to get? Because we have this rewards program. We have this club option that not only will you get that, you can set it up to get it every 2 months since you know you already love these scents, and we make them for life, but they focus on the 10% off, and they then over 60, the half off. So it's like they focus more on that versus just getting the one-time order. I think Chloe did like a whole entire YouTube on clubs because she pushes clubs hardcore.
Probably.
I'm gonna have to watch it. The people that are in the club are obsessed with it, and they literally add to it like every single month, every new collection.
Okay, so why not encourage them to earn more points by getting their
The referral.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've talked to them about that. I think I'm gonna ask a couple of them to maybe share their club and like what they like, make a post about it, because people interact in our group and say, look what I got. It just automatically came. This is a scent that I loved and retired. Maybe get them a little bit more into it. Because I mean, literally, like Chris's aunt was like, I need to add that and that. And I just go in and do it. And so was like, add that to my club. And I said, well, you have to add it to your own club. But I can help walk you through it. But I mean, the ones that have it love it and utilize it. And when new scents come out, like I've had a girl waiting for Moana. And so I messaged her, hey, Moana's out. She's like, cool, I'm adding it to my club. So like the people that get it, get the value. It's just getting the people to understand the value of it.
Yeah.
I have zero for this brick, and it's fine. I'm not stressing out about it. Obviously I wanted all 3 levels just to build the business, but level 2 was important to me because I wanted all of the kit to get stuff going, and then I can just really focus on this next incentive. But I guess I'm at a loss on how to share how valuable it is and what it actually entails to my people. And I think that is part of it. They do like they come to my house, they pick up their order, they get special goodies with it. But then I want to incorporate something for my clubbers, like a little fun monthly thing, what the month that they order. So I need to work on that too. And maybe that'll bring in new people if those people share what they got for being a clubber.
Yeah.
Kendra
Totally.
does something fun for her clubbers.
Who?
Kendra.
Yeah, I do too.
I want to.
When I changed how I do my monthly thank yous, everybody month 1 through 5 gets just an envelope, and then the month 1 gets a scent circle. Scentsy Club subscribers get a bigger package, the packages I used to do for everybody. And it includes something like a dish soap sample or, always a cotton cleanup, because I would love, for people to add the cotton cleanups to their clubs.
Mhm.
I love that so much.
That is, I got a clubber for cotton cleanups only, which was cool. And then she added more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just, understanding, maybe helping your customers understand that they're going to get spoiled as a customer, but they're going to get like extra spoiled
As a clubber.
being a subscriber. Yeah.
Okay.
To do.
Okay.
So there's
Yeah,
that.
that's been
I
my
wonder-
struggle personally.
I wonder too, since you have people who already love club, because you know how it is in parties when getting your hostess is like the best way to get your party excitable. People are excited about that. If there was a way that you could talk to your clubbers and see if they would be willing to post about it and tag you, just to like be like, this is an opportunity that you guys have to get cool stuff, and this is my consultant and she's awesome. Just to kind of like,
Yeah. Outside of the VIP.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And incentivize them. Like, I'll send you a free blah, like whatever you can fit into your budget. Blah.
I have 3 people with 2 clubs each. Like they have a quarterly and then every other month, and they just keep adding it. So I know they love it. So maybe I'll ask those 2 to do it.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, 1000%. And then they also get the benefits of that.
Share their with box that they got for $15 too. That's a good idea. Good
Yeah.
idea.
Because that's such a steal. And I think it's I think, oh, I can't remember. They shared a statistic. It's the Always Get My Bar, I think, is the number one reason people have clubs, but I think the whiff box is like the number two or the main thing that people use their half off item on. There was something about one of those.
Funny.
Highly
Hey,
popular.
on the scent of the month in there, is it a bar that they get?
Yeah.
Okay, because every single person, I think every single person that has a club has the scent of the month set up as well.
Love that.
I thought that was really cool.
And that's a really cool option too, like to promote that's only available. You'll get it shipped automatically. Oh gosh. I just realized my hair was a mess. I'm sorry, you guys. I am a mess today. But that's a really cool opportunity to promote that as well. I mean, yeah, they can get it from you, but if they already have a club subscription, they just automatically get it and they don't have to think about it. And
yeah. And then they get it ahead of time. Or no, they get it the month of, never mind.
yes.
I think I need to sit down and actually just go through all of it, look at everything. I mean, I know the basics, but maybe it's lack of information for me to share it right too.
So anytime say that you are my club subscriber and Courtney signs up under you, you get double the points on Courtney's order whenever her club subscription runs. And I only get, partial PRV for her order because she signed up under you, but that goes to her as bonus points, right? Or to both of you as bonus rewards for her signing up under you, that I get less PRV. But it's incentive
more customer.
Yeah, it's good for the customer. Say, hey,
and you're getting another customer that could not just be a club subscriber too.
Yes. Yeah, if you're getting a new customer who you may not have ever known before from that. So there's a lot of bonus opportunities there.
Like it.
Yeah.
Do you guys get a whiff box every month, like personally?
No.
Me neither. But I wondered if I should to showcase it, but then it's like I just will pile on and pack in so much stuff.
Mine doesn't run until mid to end month, and so by the time I would get it, I wouldn't want to advertise it anyway. Yeah. So I just
mine runs mid month, and I get the whiff box. I use the samples in it. I like a lot because it builds up my sample supply quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And typically, most of my stuff is packed right now, but typically I eventually get around to using almost everything that's in the whiff box. So.
Do you sell it or do you use it yourself or give away or what?
I use it myself and I'll use it as giveaways. And I've also, like I did before, I recycled all of my old whiff, the actual boxes when I was trying to get rid of stuff before we were moving, and just did big like mystery boxes for like $40 each and just packed them full of whatever I could.
I've I got the room done. The room is done. The closet's done. So now I've got to sell and I'm just going to do that big clear out, like the mystery bundles. And I'm
chomping at the bit to get all my stuff unpacked, but I want to wait until I get whatever I'm getting that's going to go on this wall for like storage.
Yeah. Every order, the testers, like I'm done with testers. Like,
oh my gosh.
I have testers from since I started 4 years ago.
Throw them away.
Same.
I mean, honestly, total transparency, if you can put them in bags and give them to your customers as they pick stuff up, since you do have a big local customer base. But I got to a point where I had collected so many over like the course of, I think, 6 years. So I think I did this about 3 years ago before we moved. I threw a bunch of them away, and it was in the middle of the summer. So luckily our trash can smelled really good. But it's one of those things. It's like, if it's just sitting there, it's almost like this invisible heavy weight just sitting on your shoulders, that it's just clutter, and it's unnecessary. So that for anybody who's new, who may be live right now, like Jean, I'm so glad you joined us, or anybody watching the replay, when you have old testers, yes, if you want to keep them to see if they come back the next fall, winter, or the next spring, summer, that's totally fine and awesome. You can totally use them. But if you're going to save them, make sure you use them. Make sure you have a plan. Otherwise, give them away as fun little goodies. Like, let me show you a picture I have. When I give them away, I have this cute little graphic. I put them in a bag and it says, out of wax? Use this wax emergency stash and text me or shop the link.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's just a simple, like, but it gets rid of the stuff. It gives them a sample of something they may love. Could be a unicorn sample that they may never get again, or it could be something they fall in love with that they can add to club, or they can get it next season. But then it gets it out of your hands, and you might not feel like you're wasting it. But if you have a grundle that's built up, it's okay to throw them away. I want you
I
to.
think I'm going to have
be okay
to.
with
My original plan was to keep, like to have borrow bags, and then I can send kits out and they don't have to return them. And I just have built up stock of all the fall and all the spring, the ones that I know will come back or hope will come back. But now it's like I have a thing of stuff that will never come back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a lot.
I think a lot of us have the best intentions. And it's okay if those intentions don't actually happen, but we need to be okay with letting the things go too. Because it just then becomes this burden, like this thing just sitting on our shoulder and getting heavier because we remember we have it and then we haven't done anything with it, and then it's still sitting there and we're all of a sudden on our side on the floor wondering, well, how did I get here? Gotta let stuff go.
You're right.
I literally went through a phase because I wasn't focusing on my IPAs. Instead, I was like, oh, well, I have all this stuff I want to do. I have this stuff I want to do. I have this stuff I want to do. So I would go and hyper focus on that, not get that done, not get my IPAs done, wasted my own damn time and my own energy, honestly. And then one day Sean looked at me and he's like, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm putting everything that I don't want on the porch. I'm posting in my community page, and you'd be surprised how many people came, grabbed the old testers. They were freaking hyped. They brought their own bags to grab the old testers. So they ended up having that. And I got new customers from that because these are people I didn't know, but they're like, oh, I'm just kidding. I'm like, yeah, I had a couple melty bars, put those out there. They wanted those too. Like, it was all this stuff that I had just built up and said that I was going to do. And it was just wasting my time and energy to not focus on. Let's be honest, it's more effective half the time to directly talk to your customer than it is to focus on the samples and getting the samples out and making sure all that stuff happens. Instead, it's just communication.
Yeah.
And we get distracted. So
I honestly, when it's not so hot here, I'm totally going to do that. I'm going to get a bunch of testers. I'm going to bag them up. I'm going to get a bunch of samples. I'm going to get a bunch of half-eaten bars and set them out on a table in front of my house and say, want something? Come get it. But I want it to not die and melt on the surface of the sun until November.
But when my people come over, the ones that will come in the house, like the ones I've gotten to know, I'm like, hey, look, here's half, like you said, half-eaten bars, grab a couple, take them, see if you like the scents or whatever. Because if you do the bring back my bar, that's what, 25, 26 bars, you take 3 cubes of each, and then you're stuck with 5 cubes of every single bar. So I'm like, here, take it, grab it if you want it, just have at it.
Yep.
I do that, but then my testers, I've kind of just coveted them, I could send out little packs, and I haven't.
All of the could do's, all the things I could do with this. And it's so tough because you don't want to waste something that you've spent money on. And I understand that's something that I am still working on. I've spent money on this. I had intentions for this. I don't want to get rid of it because what if I need it? What if I decide to do this thing? And then it's this spiral of now you've just got shit built up everywhere in your closets, in your house, and you're never going to use it. And it's, again, that weight that just keeps pummeling you, So
you guys would be so proud of me. Chris came home and he was like, what is all this? And I'm like, it's garbage. There's 9 bags of just garbage. And he's like, but what is it? And I'm like, stuff I thought I would use at some point in time. And I can save this tissue paper because it's still in good condition. No,
use, reuse, recycle.
Go away, gone. And he's like, I can't believe there was that much stuff in there. And I'm like, it's not trash per se. Some of it, yes, but some of it was just oh, I can use this. Oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. No, I'm not going to. I literally did the thing that they say in your clothes, you turn your hangers backwards, and if you don't use them for that year, get rid of it. And I was like, I haven't touched this in a year. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. He's like, where are we putting all these bags? I'm like, find a dumpster. I don't care. Get it out of my house before I reopen the bag.
Right? And that
Go.
temptation is, well, maybe I still could use this. I saw this and I wanted to get rid of it. Yeah, just get rid of it. And then also don't feel like you need to pawn things off on other people too. I learned this, going through my closet. I'm like, well, so-and-so could probably use it. But then how does that make them feel? Like, hey, I saw this, I had this. Did you want it? Well, then they're going to probably feel bad for telling you no. So then they're going to take it and have it and keep it. And then it's just going to be sitting there in their space. And so it's like, if it's in good condition, if it's something that can be donated, donate it. Don't try and pawn it off, and don't try and keep it for the what ifs.
Yeah.
My friends.
I really had to have like a reckoning with myself for that.
I've got a small tip to kind of help with that as well. It's the same way that food works. When you're looking at food and you're like, oh my God, all this food looks so great, and your eyeballs are so large, and you scoop mountains of food on your plate, and then you're eating it, and halfway through eating it, you're like, oh my God, I'm so sick. Like, I'm so full, I can't do this anymore. And what are you going to do? Are you going to stop eating, or going to continue to eat, make yourself sick? Well, 9 times out of 10, I used to always just eat it because I'm like, oh, well, I took it, I have to eat it.
I want to waste it.
Well, it's already gone. If I eat it, it's gone. If I throw it away, it's gone. So the same thing with your business supplies. If you already spent the money on it, so then you're not going to get your money back for it. Are you going to use it, or are you not going to use it? And don't make yourself sick looking at things that you're never going to have any intention of actually using.
That's a really good analogy.
Thanks, Jinx.
Oh man.
No, I like that a lot.
Yeah, this is good. Hey, this week's connection, I feel like there were a lot of awesome things that we touched on that a lot of people needed to hear. And Jean, you weren't on the beginning, but I did talk about, I did see your text message and different party ideas and themes. We're going to link to groups that have really awesome options, but we're also going to plan a group-wide party that you can invite your customers to. So you can either do one on your own, or if you'd like to participate in the group party, it'll be sometime the week of August 8th. So you can plan for it. But we'll get those details out here soon. But in the beginning of the call, we did talk about that a little bit too. So when the replay's out, definitely give that a watch, but we'll make sure that all the details are in the tribe group as well.
That sounds fun. I missed that.
Oh, you missed it too. Great. You need
to. I'll go back and watch it. Yeah, I'll go watch it.
Yeah.
Fun.
Cool. Well, we've got 5 minutes. Is there anything else anybody wanted to chat about? Any specific questions, concerns, excitement, cheering yourself on?
I just want to, I'm like pumped. Like, this is my favorite time of year because I know what fall means. I know what the incentive means. Everything kind of like comes to a head at this time. So I feel like this is like my favorite time to start new stuff.
With a blank slate, you might say.
With like new motivation.
Love that. A renewed sense of energy and excitement. Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you needed to know, today is Milk Chocolate Day.
No, thank you. I would like dark.
Oh.
What? You don't have any appreciation for the milk?
I mean, it's fine. I would prefer.
I've got a whole bag of some milk chocolate downstairs. I'll bring it to you.
So thoughtful.
Milk or dark?
She sounds really excited about that. Hershey would be disappointed up here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Suck it, Hershey. I'm just kidding. Is there anything else you guys want to chat about? Concerns, questions, comments, excitement? What's another emotion?
Elatement.
I mean, but truthfully, oftentimes we fear the unknown, and so many people are new and have not yet experienced the fall season. And we've been talking about it because it's this amazing thing, but those who might be new might be fearful of, what the heck does this mean for me? So don't be afraid to share your fears as well. We welcome all of the emotions, as long as you don't choose to sit in the ugly for long periods, right? because I was in a crappy mood earlier at the beginning of the call. You'll probably notice if you watch the replay, my energy from the beginning to now is entirely different. I was in a funk, and it's okay to have those emotions. Your feelings are valid, but don't let yourself just stay in the ick for too long, because then you can get stuck there and then you'll spiral, and that's not a good, healthy place to be. We want to be there. We want to acknowledge the feelings and then move forward and move past them. I don't know how I'm going to move forward with my situation and the mess in my office, but I'm going to move forward. I have other work I can do. And if I close my eyes, if I squint and just focus on my computer, I won't see the piles of things and I'll be able to get stuff done. And so I have a semi game plan moving forward, but please know that we acknowledge your feelings and that it's okay to have your feelings. And let us know if, we did talk about this last week, let us know if you want to complain or if you want solutions. And we can be there to listen either way, and either listen and hold our mouths and just let you work through it, or listen and provide solutions. Okay? So moving
Yeah, I'm a solutions person, so
yeah, same.
it's hard for me to not.
I know. I'm a
Somebody's
silver
like-
linings. Let's find peace and happiness. How can we work through this? And if you just want to bitch for a minute, let me know. I'll keep my mouth shut. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
Even with my kids, I swear I gotta stop doing that to them.
Right? Need to let them know too. Yeah. But both options are amazing and valid, and you are amazing and valid. And so thank you for your time and joining us. You're amazing and valid.
Toodaloo.
All right, you guys, have a super rad rest of your day and week and weekend and month end. Woo! We'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye, friends.